The title of my speech in this news conference is Edo people must reject contrived crisis and demand where their money has gone from the government of Godwin Obaseki. Gentlemen of the press, you will recall that I had in a chat with newsmen at Abuja Airport on 30th December 2019 said that the problem a lot of us have with Governor Godwin Obaseki was that of lackluster performance. I also stated that the contrived crisis with Comrade Adams Oshomole was a ploy to divert attention from the government's non-performance. However, instead of the governor taking up the challenge and itemizing his performance across the state, his media minders and paid chorus singers went on the offensive and dared to insinuate that my position was not based on facts. A further attempt to shut me up was an infantile directive to their campaign group in Onwa East local government area to announce, albeit ineffectively, my so-called suspension from APC. I remain a highly reputed founding member and a respected leader of the party and a critical stakeholder in Edo State. I have therefore decided to address the press today in order to debunk the aforementioned insinuation by giving eye-popping facts about the finances of Edo State in the first 3 years of Obaseki's government, and hopefully rouse the very enlightened Edo people to begin to ask relevant questions about the state of affairs rather than accepting the wrong campaign agenda based on a non-existent but contrived crisis being set by the government of Edo State. I've set out in the appendix attached hereto the net revenue that accrued to Godwin Obaseki's administration from Federation Allocation Account (FAC) and internally generated revenue month by month and year by year in the last 3 years ending in November 2019. The figures were extracted from very reliable, incontrovertible, and corroborated sources, namely National Bureau of Statistics (NBS), Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, and Federal Ministry of Finance. From the figures, it is clear that Edo State government received over 251 billion naira, 251 billion naira in 3 years to November 2019. This is much more than the former government that lasted 8 years received in the whole 8 years. This revenue is net amount after all deductions. This amount does not include receipts on account of Paris Club reforms, the several bailout funds from federal government, and other receipts like grants, loans, counterpart funds from Universal Basic Education Commission (UBEC), conditional grants scheme of Sustainable Development Goals (CGS SDG), Education Trust Fund, C4, which is a concessionary loan from World Bank together with European Development Fund grants. There are several of them. The figures do not also include the funds of the 18 local governments usually annexed by the Edo State government. Edo State has never had it so good in terms of revenue receipts. In fact, since January 2018 to date, monthly revenue have been ranging from a low of over 7 billion naira and a high of over 8 billion naira every month. Every month. Against this, let us talk about performance. All we have on ground to show as the performance of the government are C4 roads without drains, repainted primary schools aided by UBEC funds, NDDC intervention projects, CGS SDG projects, and several others. Of course, there is the payment of salaries, which is a major component of recurrent expenditures, restricted in total by policy to less than 30% of revenue. The yawning gap. Against the backdrop of high earnings, Edo State secondary schools lack teachers, and communities and individuals hire ad hoc teachers to keep the schools going. Healthcare system is in limbo, without infrastructure and faced with inadequate manpower. Construction of durable, well-drained roads, which we had become used to in the state, has been stopped. In short, the developmental master plan, of which Godwin Obaseki was a key contributor when he was chairman of the economic team, when it was being designed, has been abandoned. We, the Edo people, are now suffering from arrested development. Jackboot democracy. Instead of the governor to deliberately halt the plundering of our resources, he has resorted to jackboot methods to repress enlightened, development-loving people of Edo State from voicing out their frustration and unhappiness with the goings on. This is why it is only from Obaseki and his hirelings that we hear of the contrived crisis in Edo State. The clarion call is, our people need to speak up for our good and for the sake of posterity. Thank you. Now, this is the appendix I spoke of. It is month by month, year by year, the total IGR total per annum, and these figures have a cutoff mark of November 2019, marking the first 3 years of Obaseki's administration. I challenge anybody to controvert these figures, because They were well researched and they were gotten from very credible sources. So we need to wake up in a situation where government receives the list of 7.5 billion and assess between 8.5 and even 9 billion per month. I would have expected that what Edo State should be hearing now is commissioning of several projects everywhere. Not this idea of I will kill him, arrest him, and getting hoodlums to throw locally made bombs into people's homes. Edo people must wake up. We are too enlightened to be taken for granted. We need to help ourselves. Not after we keep quiet and then we are so mindlessly plundered, and then after everything we'll be crying, and even the anti-corruption agencies can no longer help us. Time was when Edo State was turned into a huge construction site. Every nook and cranny of Edo State was witnessing one development or the other. And now, even when this government has received more than was received in 8 years, these 3 years have witnessed arrested development. Thank you.
When do you think this crisis in the APC will end?
Well, because I see none. All I see is non-performance. So all those who are setting agenda with the hashtag Edo crisis know what they want to achieve. They want to lure you to sleep while they are plundering our resources. Time was when government boldly put signposts at work sites. Your tax is working for you. Can this government talk about your tax working for you? That's the question. Where's the crisis? The real crisis is if we keep quiet. Posterity will not forgive us. So, I don't know about crisis. One person is talking about crisis all over. Who is answering him? So crisis involves two people, isn't it? Or two sets of people. Since when did it become the place of a governor to put a party in his pocket? He has changed all the known party executives where they are not kowtowing to him. We will see. When the register comes from the national headquarters, all those people is parading as executive. We will see where they go from there. Because we know who are our executives. That I'm a major stakeholder in the Edo project. When I was SSG, Godwin Obaseki was chairman of the economic team. I have now come to realize that it is one thing to use your gift of gab to make people believe that you have ideas, and another thing to have your hands practicing those ideas. I sold in Obaseki's fortune. When Obaseki was nominated, I was in the forefront of those who made it happen. After the nomination, small me, as small as I am, I looked for and gave him 10 million naira for his electioneering effort. If today I come here to cry out that Edo is being plundered because I have an undying passion for government doing good to the greater number of people, then you won't be talking about such puerile talk about suspension. Who is suspending who? And in any case, the word suspension has become a laughable word in Edo State today. Obaseki himself is suffering some form of suspension. He can't deny it. So, I'm probably in good company if he gets his campaign group to pronounce suspension. Who is being suspended? So, I'm just the immediate past deputy majority leader, majority whip of the House of Representatives. By virtue of that position, I remain the national officer of the party, and our constitution is very clear. You know, when you mislead, then people are bound to follow wrongly too. When we are jettisoning our constitution such that the governor can open his mouth and tell the other 35 states plus FCT that the chairman of their party has been suspended by him. Is that not laughable? I'm trying to turn myself into petition writer. It is enough to put this thing in the public domain, and in the law that enables the anti-graft agencies to act, they are even better enjoined to be proactive. Because after distilling, you can never recoup everything. But when you proactively ask the right question, then you keep them on their toes. Perhaps you'll be able to tame this mindless plunder.